I would never do anything to hurt my husband. I love him so much.
They think there's enough evidence against you to have you charged because they think you're involved in this, that you have something to do with this.
Randy and Teresa Stone were a married couple living in Kansas City with their 2 children. After completing his service in the Marines, Randy returned home and built a life with Teresa that included running an insurance business together and regularly attending their local church. However, during the course of their marriage, Teresa became involved in an extramarital affair with David Love, a pastor connected to their church. On March 31, 2010, around 5:30 p.m., Teresa placed a call to emergency services in Independence, Missouri. She reported arriving at her husband's office to find him injured and bleeding. By the time emergency responders reached the scene, Randy Stone was already deceased. Teresa naturally became a focus of the investigation as both the victim's spouse and the person who discovered his body. However, investigators' interest in her intensified based on observations made at the scene. First responders reported that Teresa's behavior struck them as unusual. She appeared upbeat and displayed no visible signs of distress or grief despite having just found her husband dead. Detectives brought Teresa in for questioning at the police station.
It's perfect in here.
Is it? Okay. Like I said, this detective's from Italy. Hopefully this won't take long. This is Teresa. Her husband is Randy, who's at the office today. Teresa, we're here to get a formal statement again. I talked to you about a lot of stuff out there, but now we gotta get more detail what took place, because you know Randy better than we did, and you also know your lifestyle better than we do. So basically, Randy's your husband. How long have you been married?
Almost 19 and a half years.
Married 19 and a half years. Did you ever have any kind of separation time at all?
No, never.
I asked you before, has there been any issues around the office or at home with anybody trying to maybe get themselves into the family, or also anybody gets like maybe a policyholder that's problems or anything like that?
No, and if they do have problems with the policies or whatever, they normally do not call us. They always call our district manager.
Okay.
So now Randy he will know from our district manager calling Randy, but Randy really doesn't tell me a lot of that stuff.
Okay.
Because he doesn't want me to worry.
So you're not aware of any issues, any
No.
customers that would have been through Farmers that was having any issues with you or anything like that?
No, he didn't really share a lot of that stuff with me.
Let's start from the beginning today, okay? And let's go through getting in, going to the business, and times everyone arrived, and let's kind of walk our way through that, and we'll touch base on things again.
Here's my schedule.
Okay.
I get in the office at 7:45 every day.
Okay.
The office isn't open till 9. But I always open the blinds. I answer phone calls at 8 o'clock.
Mhm.
Or whenever they start ringing, I answer the phone. That's just us. We don't let it go to voicemail.
Okay.
We just don't do that. He came in about...
You got there this morning,
I got there at 7:45.
7:45?
Yes.
Okay. No one outside, never encountered anyone going into the business?
No one came in except for Dave Eisen, and he came in a little after 8, and the door was still locked because I keep the door locked until 9 o'clock.
Okay. And that's when Randy arrives?
No,
Or just when business opens?
Business opens at 9, so
Right.
I usually unlock the
Okay.
door, especially when I know that he's coming in soon. I usually, sometimes I even forget to unlock it, and he'll be at the front door, and I'll be like, oh crap, I left the door locked. When I'm there by myself, I always lock the door.
That's fine.
It's fine.
And he wants me to, so I always keep it locked. And if I don't recognize them, I know my clients. If I don't recognize them,
It stays locked.
I don't let them in. Now, I cannot tell you what time my husband called me. It's all on the caller ID at the office.
Okay.
Everything's on the caller ID at the office.
What time was your husband expected to arrive?
Well,
Or what time was he going to get there?
Well, he normally gets up in the morning. He works out.
Okay.
And he normally gets in around 10 to 10:30.
Okay.
And that's about the time he arrived.
So he got there between 10. Did he call you?
Oh yeah,
in
he
between
always
that time?
calls me. Oh, I talked to him from our home phone.
Okay. So what time?
Couple times.
You talked to him a couple times this morning then while you were there at the business?
Before he came in?
Before
yes.
he came in. Okay.
Yes. From the home and the cell.
During the interrogation, Teresa walked detectives through her day. She said she'd had a chiropractor appointment and then stopped at Dress Barn to do some shopping. When she mentioned leaving the store, she was very specific, mentioning that she got in her car at exactly 2:41 p.m. That kind of precision immediately stood out to the detectives. Most people don't naturally recall their daily routines down to the minute unless they've had a reason to memorize the timeline.
So you went to the Bang Square, and you already texted Randy.
I texted Randy
Nothing came
when
back?
I was... No, nothing came back.
Okay, and then where'd you go from the bank?
I went straight to the office.
Okay. You get to the office. Only car out there is just Randy's,
Yes.
and you park up next to his car.
Always. Always. But when I pulled up in the driveway, I noticed the blinds were closed. And that is not normal
Okay.
at all.
Now you get to the office, and sorry, we're trying to get this out of the way. You get to the office, and you said the deadbolt's not locked, but the other lock is locked.
Yes.
You go inside. Open the door, go inside. What do you see?
All the lights are off. Oh, gosh, I'm so sorry. I yell. I say, honey, where are you? And I walk into his office and I turn the light on.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, the computer's up, everything looks fine. I walk into the back room back there and turn the light on. And he's not back there.
Which room is that? The storage?
The storage room, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Then I walk around the corner.
To your office? What do you see? Is the light off? Was the door shut? Okay.
You said the door was shut?
No.
No, the door was not shut.
Did you turn the light on? Okay.
So you could see him lying on the floor then, and the light was off.
What did you do once you saw him there?
I kept yelling for him to wake up.
Did you shake him?
I touch you.
Okay.
What did you? I apologize. I don't mean to. We just want to be a little detailed at this because it's important. Did you see any? I mean, he was obviously on the ground.
I saw blood coming out of his ear.
Okay, blood coming out of his ear.
And his eye was really puffy. And his skin was really discolored. And I noticed he wasn't breathing, but I didn't want to touch him. I was
That's fine.
scared.
So what did you do to help out? What did you do from there?
I stepped over him. I stepped over him and I grabbed my earpiece and put it on my ear. And I know you're supposed to dial 111, but I called my parents first and just told them to come to the office, and then I hung up and dialed 911.
Where'd you call them? At your house or their house?
No, I called them from my phone.
No, but did you call them?
Oh, I called them at... Oh.
You see what I'm saying? They were at your house when you left.
I know. I don't know if I called her cell phone or if I called the home phone.
That's fine.
I don't remember.
So
But you called from. You put your earpiece on and you
I called
called
from
from
my
the
phone
office,
in
from
my office,
your
yes.
office phone.
I think I called the house, but I don't remember.
That's fine.
Who did you get a hold of when you called the
My
house?
mom.
Okay. And what did you tell your mom?
I just told her. I said, Mom, Randy, something's wrong with Randy. I said, he's bleeding and he's not responding. He's not breathing. I need you guys to come to the office now. And I was saying it so fast, I had to repeat it several times.
Questions I have. One is, why did you decide to step over your husband to get to the phone when you had a cell phone?
I don't know.
Just-
I don't think I was thinking
That's
right.
fine. That's fine. I mean, it's just something we've asked.
No, that's fine. I have no idea why I did. I really don't know.
We talked before about this, but you said we asked you about weapons.
Uh-huh.
Okay. What guns do you know that he had at your office or anywhere?
The only one that I know of that he has
Yeah.
was a little bitty thing.
Black gun?
Yes.
That's what you said earlier.
Little bitty thing. It's little.
And where do you keep that?
And I don't even like touching it.
Where do you keep that?
He kept it in his office.
Okay.
Do you know where at in this office that he particularly kept it?
I knew you were going to ask me that.
And like I said, if you don't know, that's fine.
I am pretty positive he kept it in the drawer at the back of his credenza.
Okay.
There's a small drawer back there, and that's usually where he kept his keys and his gun. Yes, because it was easy to get to if he needed.
And he kept it just because people kind of every so often strange people walk up there.
Yes.
Okay.
He did.
Teresa made a point of describing her husband's gun as itty-bitty and emphasized that she was scared of it, trying to distance herself from the weapon. But detectives had records showing Randy had purchased a .40 caliber Glock, and bullet casings at the scene matched that gun. The scene told a clear story. Money was visible, but nothing had been stolen. There was no sign of a struggle or forced entry, indicating that Randy had let someone into his office willingly. Whoever killed him was someone he trusted.
In your trash can, they had a letter that somebody had written for about happy birthday and all that. It's about this big. It was all tore up. And it says something about, something like you're the most beautiful person or some kind of thing like that. It's all these big ramblings of good stuff about, it's about that long, but that big. It's a white letter and it's black writing and it's all tore up now. There's a bottom of your trash can at your office.
Oh.
It said happy birthday at the top of it, and then at the bottom it's happy. Then it had all these initials on the bottom, like there were initials meaning something.
Yeah, I remember. And I've had it for a very long time because I kind of had a secret admirer. It was left on my car door.
Today?
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Where was your car at the office?
It's not even the car that I have now.
Oh, okay.
I believe it was. That's been several years ago. And I just found it the other day. I was looking for my what do you call it? Dental card.
Yeah.
And I found it in there. And
Where was that? In your drawer? Or?
no. It was in my purse. I have a little thingy that I keep all my credit cards in.
Yeah.
And it was in there.
Who's his secret admirer?
I don't know who he is.
Wow.
I've never gotten another note from him ever.
No calls?
No calls, no nothing.
Teresa's story about the love letter didn't add up. She claimed she'd kept a note from a secret admirer for 4 years, then tore it up and threw it away in the trash can next to her husband's body. It was a critical mistake. When detectives asked to see her phone, Teresa handed it over without hesitation. She wasn't worried because throughout their decade-long affair, she and David had communicated through email, in person, and on burner phones purchased specifically to avoid detection. Randy had never known about these phones. Police might never have uncovered them if it weren't for Kim, David Love's wife.
He had trouble with,
He had trouble with...
Yeah, but we got through all that.
Okay, when you say he had trouble with... Was he watching it on TV or
No,
doing it on a computer?
He would pull it up on the computer.
Okay.
But it's been several months, probably a year or so.
Okay, so, but within the past year, when we say he's having trouble, what do you mean by that?
Well, he would just go on websites and just
Okay.
look at them.
Okay.
And I approached him about it. So
Okay.
we got that out of the way.
And when you say you got it out of the way, what do you mean by that?
Well, that's why his computer is the way it is now. He switched his computer so I could see everything. Because it used to be like this, so I couldn't see anything.
Mhm.
So he turned it like this, so whenever I did walk into his office or
You
walk
could
past his office, I could see everything he was working on. Because he wanted to be honest with
He
me.
didn't go to any counseling for
No, it
pornography?
wasn't, it wasn't that deep.
And it didn't cause any friction that
No.
you guys were wanting to get separated or
No.
and never had to leave the residence or anything? No one left the residence or anything?
No, never.
Okay.
Absolutely not. Ever.
Okay.
Never. It never got that bad.
Detectives paused their questioning to gather more evidence, then ended the interview. They were convinced Teresa was involved, and their investigation quickly led them to David Love, the pastor of New Hope Baptist Church. In 2008, Randy began to suspect something was going on between his wife and the pastor. He even considered leaving the church, but members convinced him to stay. Teresa then persuaded Randy to get counseling from David for his struggles. Ironically, this brought the two men closer. Friends and co-workers also told investigators that Teresa had shown unusual interest in Randy's life insurance policies. What she didn't know was that Randy had changed the beneficiaries to their children back in 2004, cutting her out entirely. With mounting evidence and a clear motive, detectives were ready to bring Teresa back in.
I'm telling you, Brother Love pulled the trigger. I'm telling you, this is the motive. This is the reason that your husband is dead. It's up to you to tell us exactly what happened, exactly what was going on. All right. Now, I've got about 20 detectives out here, and I'm going to be honest with you. I got about 20 detectives out here that want to take this to a grand jury today, tomorrow. They think there's enough evidence against you to have you charged because they think you're involved in this. It's either in a not that you can, but that you have something to do with this. Do you know why? Because of this? Because your statement that you gave the other night to Detective Stewart is full of inconsistencies and untruths?
What?
I'm telling you, they have torn that statement apart. We have a page and a half of things that's not jiving, all right?
Like what? I have told you everything that happened on that day.
Well, I'm telling you that
I have receipts to show you. My daughter was with me.
we're not saying you. That's what I'm telling you.
Oh
That there's trouble here, Teresa. There's trouble here. All right? You have got to tell us what happened that day. And if you don't tell us, then I'm telling you, I've been doing this for 24 years, and I'm telling you, I can see the direction that this is going. And if you're not truthful with me and tell me everything that's going on and what you know, you're going to be a soul out on a plank, all right, all by yourself. My investigators believe that you are involved in this, either in the cover-up. They don't.
There is no way.
I'm telling you.
I would never do anything to hurt my husband. I love him so much. That's why I was trying to get rid of this. That's why I was trying to get Brother Love out of my office. We were trying to start over. I didn't want him in my life anymore. I wanted to just be with my husband for the rest of my life. Please, tell me.
I'm telling you something.
Tell me what is not driving. I want to know what's not. I need to know.
For example, you say you went to the bank and made a deposit, right?
Yes.
We've been to the bank 3 times. They say that there is no activity on your account that afternoon.
There is
All right.
2. I have the receipt to prove it.
Well, I'm just telling you what the bank's telling us, okay? If you got a receipt, we'll look at it, all right? I'm telling you, the bank's telling us 3 times now. We've checked 3 times.
I cannot believe this. I seriously cannot believe this.
It's true, Teresa.
No. I have the receipt from my chiropractor's office. I have the receipt from JCPenney's. I have everything. I was with my daughter. I picked her up from school. I went home. My parents were there. Are you kidding me?
Did I tell you we have a video? Did I tell you that? Did I tell you we know exactly what time your husband died? Because we have not 1 but 2 videos. We have seen the car, and we have seen the man get out of the car.
Who is it?
I'm not going to tell you who it is.
Why not?
I am telling you because I'm trying to get some truthfulness out of you. Because I'm telling you that if you don't sit here and tell me the truth about everything you know, I'm telling you, you're going to end up in a whole lot of trouble. More trouble than you could ever imagine.
Detectives believe Teresa and David used burner phones to communicate and plan the murder. This theory gained credibility when David's wife, Kim, revealed she'd caught him texting Teresa on these phones twice, once in 2009 and again in 2010. just weeks before Randy's death. Eventually, Teresa admitted to using the phones, further linking her to the crime.
Tell me, what was the nature of your relationship with David? Truly. If you can't even do that much, I can't help you, Teresa. If you can't even be honest about that, I cannot help you.
Well, obviously he was in love.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I was at one point.
How long ago?
Just recently. Probably a couple weeks ago. No, well, probably about a month ago.
Mm-hmm. About a month ago you felt like you were in love?
No. A month ago, I wanted it to end.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to start my life fresh with Randy.
Okay. Let's back up.
Okay.
I need to know.
9 years ago.
Well, I need to know what kind of things have been going on between you and him before you decided that you wanted to put an end to this thing. Because I know it wasn't just phone calls. Couldn't have been.
Yes, we are.
Okay.
You know that.
I know that. I know that. And you know what? I'm not going to judge you for that. Okay? Do you think that you're the only one that's gotten in that kind of position before?
I just never thought it would ever happen to me.
How long has this been going on?
10 years.
Okay. So this affair's been going on for off and on or pretty steady?
No, it's been off and on.
So this, as you're describing it to me, this is pretty involved with David.
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
More than I wanted it to be.
Was there ever a time when you became pregnant with David's child? Because I think you did.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was about 6 years ago, actually.
What happened to the baby?
I miscarried.
Okay. Did anybody know about that except you and David?
About me being pregnant?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, Randy knew about it.
Okay.
He knew about it.
Okay. You got to clear this up because as far as I know, I don't know if it's true or not. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Had Randy had a vasectomy at some point?
Mm-hmm.
Was this before you got pregnant?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How did that go over? Or how was that explained?
Because we went to the doctors and the doctors told us that it happens a lot.
Okay.
So
you just figured it was a malfunction for
Yeah.
your lack of a better
and
word,
we had a couple of clients who had happened to them.
right? Okay.
So
How did David take it? I guess he knew. What did he know?
oh yeah, he knew.
How did he take that news?
Well, he was kind of shocked. He didn't see how it happened, but I don't see how it happened either. But
Okay.
and in that situation, all I can say is that God spared me that day.
You mean the miscarriage?
Mm-hmm.
Teresa claimed that Randy had accepted the child as his own, but his private actions told a different story. In 2004, the same year Teresa became pregnant with David's child, Randy quietly removed her from his life insurance policy and named only their 2 children as beneficiaries.
You called your parents, right, after you found it, Randy?
Yes.
And what did you tell them?
I just told him that something had happened to Randy and I needed them to come to the office right away.
Are you sure that's what you told him? See, what you told him, because I got it from your mom and I got it from Miranda, what you told him was that Randy had been shot.
That's what I told him.
All right. That doesn't square with what you've told us up to this point, and it doesn't square with what you told the 911 operator. That's a problem. That is a problem. You told your parents specifically that Randy had been shot. You knew that he'd been shot because you told your parents that he'd been shot. You told the 911 operator you think he might have fallen. You never told him that he'd been shot. You kept that to yourself. When you talked to the ambulance dispatcher, the person who needs to know what's going on there medically, you never told him that he'd been shot. You've been talked to 3 times now, and you never said that. You knew that he'd been shot, but you didn't tell anybody. Somebody told you that he was shot. Somebody told you that he was shot because you knew he'd been shot. And you didn't want us to know that. That goes right in with these phones and these phones getting destroyed after the body's found. You know more than you're telling me. That is how they're going to hang you, Teresa. Those kinds of statements. And I told you that I got reports up to here that's full of that kind of stuff. Who told you that he'd been shot? How did you know he'd been shot? And why didn't you tell us? You're not being truthful with me, Teresa.
I didn't know.
You're not being truthful.
Okay, he sent me a text and told me.
Who did? Say it. Brother Love.
He sent me a text and told me.
It all goes back to look like a conspiracy that you and him are working together.
No, never.
Everything points to that.
No. I told him to leave me alone. He wouldn't stop texting me or calling me. He would just tell me that he could take care of it.
Could take care of what?
Could take care of him and I being together. He kept throwing Bible verses up at me and what other Bible characters did in the Bible and how they murdered and God still blessed them and stuff like that. And I was like, and I kept telling him, I'm like, that was then. This is now. God is the one that's in control, not us. We have no control over that.
Tell me again about what he said about guns, about Randy's guns.
Well, and this conversation only happened one time. And
about the guns?
Yeah.
It only happened once?
Yes.
Tell me what you remember.
Well, all he said was, well, you know, Randy has showed me. He has taken me down to his safe and showed me his guns.
Okay.
And I said, really? And he said, yeah. And I said, okay. And then we just kind of got off the subject because I didn't want to talk about it anymore.
But within that context, was he implying to you that he could take care of things with Randy's guns? Is that the implication? Is that how you took it? I mean, your wheels had to be turning when he's talking about.
Well, yeah.
We're talking about a pastor of a church.
I know.
And he's talking about Randy's guns and taking care of things. Am I getting this wrong?
No.
Okay.
Then I would say, no. I kept telling him, I said, you need to leave it in God's hands. God's the one that's in control. And I kept telling him over and over again, if God wants us to be together, He will put us together in His timing.
Did David imply to you that he was willing to hurt Randy so that you two could be together? Or even did he imply that message to you?
Yes, he did.
Teresa likely didn't realize she'd just given detectives exactly what they needed. By admitting that David had talked about wanting to kill Randy, she'd revealed that she knew about his plans all along.
What do you need to tell me?
God help me, please.
No, you need to pray. You need to pray.
Please, God help me, please.
You know what God wants you to do. We both know what God wants. We both know. And we both know that it has to be done.
He told me that Wednesday night.
At night?
He told me that Wednesday evening at the crime scene.
Okay.
That if you guys ask about the gun,
Mm-hmm.
that Randy sold it 3 months ago. I just have a feeling that he took it. I don't know how, I don't know where.
So you think that gun's been gone for 3 months? But Randy's never talked to you about that? Okay.
He told me that.
At the crime scene. If the police ask about Randy's gun, you're to tell them that he sold it 3 months ago. Do you think he sold it to Randy? Do you think he sold it to David?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. Listen to me. Okay.
He also told me, and I should have called you. You know what he kept telling me? He kept telling me everything was going to be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was going to be fine.
Mm-hmm.
He took my baby away from me.
How do you know it was him? Did you know it was him before you came into this room? Hmm? Is that a yes? And how did you know?
Oh, I can't believe he did this.
How did you know that it was him before you ever came up here tonight?
You know I haven't been sleeping.
Yeah, I know you haven't. This is tearing you up. This tearing Miranda.
And
This
I'm
tearing
trying to
you.
protect a godly man. Supposed to be a godly man. He told me in my room that next day.
Mm-hmm. Courage, Teresa. Come here. Teresa, what did he say?
He says, you know, if you tell them that I'm gonna go to jail for murder.
If you tell them what? Teresa, if you tell them I'm going to go to jail for murder, but tell them what?
He didn't specifically say.
What was he at? I mean, he must...
I don't know. He just said if you tell them. He said if you tell them that I did it, I will go to jail for murder.
If you tell them I did it.
He told me that.
With Teresa admitting that David was involved in the murder, detectives now needed her help to get him to confess. They had her call David, hoping he would admit to shooting Randy over the phone, but he refused to discuss it. Detectives decided they had gotten as much as they could from Teresa for the day. She was held in police custody on a 24-hour hold and spent the night in a jail cell. The next morning, it was time for another round of questioning.
Again, my name is Detective Gardner. Here, let me get these cuffs off of you. Go ahead and lift your arms up. I know it can't be too comfortable. There we go. A little better? Okay. Is your voice okay? I noticed you were whispering.
It's just dry.
Just dry a little bit. The water will help a lot. You've been through a lot, haven't you? Words can't describe what you're dealing with. Okay. You need to understand something. You know? I'm going to ask you some questions. We want to talk about some of the things that happened, okay? You good with that? Right. Do you remember your rights? You read your rights, you signed your waiver. You still willing to talk to me? Okay. So water good? All right. You sure you're not hungry?
No.
So I can get you a bagel.
No, fine.
Okay. All right. Teresa, a lot of things have happened over the past few weeks, past few months, that, you know, I'm very sure that you probably had no idea what was going on. Right? Right. A lot of things happen. That's okay, that's okay. You know what? You're dealing with a lot. If you need to cry, you cry. You don't hold it in. You just let it out. I expect you to cry. Okay? Okay. What are you feeling right now?
Scared.
Scared? What are you afraid of?
I miss my daughter.
I know you do. And you know what? Your daughter misses you. Your daughter misses you. While you're in this temporary relationship with this guy, you guys are falling in love now. You're looking for ways to get rid of this guy.
I was not.
No, David Love.
Oh, yes.
Because what?
Because I didn't want to do it anymore.
You were done with him, right? You wanted him out of your life.
Because I loved my husband and I wanted to be with my husband only.
Okay. Did you tell your husband that?
What? That I want to be with him only?
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you know that?
Yes.
Okay. What did he say about that?
Who, him?
Yeah.
He kept telling me that my husband was a fool. And that he called him Nabal, which is a name of a guy in the Bible who did a lot of foolish things. You know, I know my husband wasn't perfect, and I know he did a lot of foolish things, but he was a very good man. And he put him down all the time, and I just kept saying, just leave him alone.
Yeah.
And
But
I
he
kept,
wouldn't?
I'm sorry.
He wouldn't?
No. Every time he talked to him, he just kept throwing things back in his face. His past, he just kept throwing everything back in his face.
Well, Teresa, you said you love your husband, you want to get rid of this guy, get him out of your life. He wasn't having any part of it. He wouldn't let you go, would he? That's what I'm saying. You're not a bad person. You know, you got caught up in a bad situation with a bad guy and something bad happened. Your husband got killed. I even venture to say this guy was probably planning on killing his wife after he killed your husband. What do you think about this guy? Like I told you earlier, he's not doing you any favors. And I want you to answer one question for me right now. Right now, don't hesitate. I want you to answer one question for me. Did you know he was going to shoot your husband?
No.
Did you know he was going to kill Randy?
No.
Did you know he had an intention of going there at the business that night and shooting your husband dead?
No.
That solves his problem. He's on the way and now he's got you, and you're all he wants. Did you know he was going to do that?
No,
Did he tell you he was going to do that?
No, he did not.
Did he tell you he was going to shoot Randy that night?
No, he did not.
After this, detectives brought in Officer David Eisen, a friend of Teresa's, hoping he could convince her to finally tell the whole truth.
Hey, Teresa, did you know this man?
Teresa.
David.
Things ain't good, Teresa.
They're not good at all. Okay?
I did.
Listen to me, Teresa. Things are not good. And you're here today because you need to worry about you, Michael, and Miranda. That's what you're here to worry about today. Okay? You're not telling the whole truth. Listen to me, Teresa. There's more that you know that you have not told. It's time to tell it. Okay? If you don't, you're hurting yourself. This is not about anybody but you. You understand what I'm saying, Teresa?
I do.
I'm serious. We've known each other a long time.
I know.
Okay. This is about you, Teresa.
I know. I am trying to be honest.
Walk us through the planning of Randy's death. How you and David talked about it.
We never talked about anything.
You did. Teresa, you talked about, you said it yourself. David would talk about Randy.
Yes, he talked about taking care of Randy and his wife. And I kept telling him, no, he cannot do this. This is not the way it's supposed to be.
But what he wants to know is step by step, word by word, what he said, what you said, what happened. What happened? Don't, you're talking general there. Be specific.
He told me that he could take care of it. He told me that he could free him and I both, is what he told me. And I kept telling him, I said, no, you're not.
Did you ever ask him how he would do it?
No.
Did you ever ask him how he could do it?
He never told me, well, he did tell me. He said 1 shot to the head and he would be gone.
One shot to the head, he'd be gone.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you say after that?
I said, no, you're not going to shoot my husband.
Did you say 1 shot to the head and he'll be gone, but I don't have a gun? I don't have a weapon.
No.
And you said, I've got one.
No.
I can get one for you.
No, I
can
did
put
not.
one in your hand.
No, I did not.
What did you say?
I never said anything.
What'd you say?
He's the one that said he could get a gun. He's the one that said he could get one.
Did he tell you where to get it from?
No, he did not. He never told me where he could get a gun. And I never told him anything. Because about guns. I don't like guns. I don't want anything to do with them. He's the one that told me he could get a gun.
He knew you had a gun in the safe.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
What are you trying to tell me?
I told you earlier. He had a way to get into our house. Nobody was home.
So you thought he was talking about stealing Randy's gun and shooting Randy in the head?
I didn't know what he was thinking. But he knew Randy's guns were in there because Randy had taken him downstairs several times and showed him his guns.
The detective realized he wasn't getting anywhere with Teresa, so he decided to turn up the pressure.
Teresa, you planned this with this guy, David. He told you what he was going to do. And now he carried it out. He did it. He made you accessory to everything he did. You provided him with a gun. You told him what time would be the best time for him to go down there and shoot David. Yes, you did.
I did not.
You did. You told David, go there in the evening.
I did
There's not going to be anyone there. You make sure. But he said, no, I've got a funeral to do that day. I don't know if I can get it done.
I never said anything. I never talked to him that day.
You didn't talk to him that day at all? No phone calls, no phone messages, no texts, no voicemail?
He left me a voicemail and I checked it. And I told you that's the same day that I texted him and told him to leave me alone. He has messed up my life.
He wasn't about to leave you alone because he cranked it up a notch, didn't he? He cranked it up a whole lot when he went in there and 1 shot to the head. That was his plan. He told you about it and he did it. He executed your husband for no good reason, Teresa, and you're fully aware of it. And the next day he's at your house. And I asked you, why didn't you just pick up the phone and call the police? The man that killed my husband is standing right here in my living room. You didn't do it because you're scared of him. Teresa, your husband's dead. Your husband shot in the head in a business he built for him and you and your family. And you could care less about that.
No.
You could care less because you want to move on with your life.
That is not true.
Will you tell me what's true, Teresa?
I did not expect him
What did you
to kill
expect?
my
What
husband.
did you expect, Teresa? Look at this man. Listen to what he's done to you over the past 10 years. What do you expect him to do?
I was trying to get him to leave me alone.
You didn't do a good job of it because he didn't leave you alone. If anything, he did something to bring him closer to you. Eliminate the problem for him, which was your husband, Randy. And he did that.
I never asked him to kill my husband.
You may not have asked him to kill your
I
husband,
never
Teresa.
said anything to him about killing my husband.
But did you say, don't you do that?
I
You did
said-
not tell him not
I
to do
did
it.
too.
What'd you tell him?
I told him, don't you ever do that. I said, don't do that. I said, you're not, that is not right. You're not thinking straight.
What'd you tell him he should do then? What was the alternate plan?
I told him to let God deal with it.
Let God deal with it?
Yes.
How?
If God wants them out of our lives, He will take them out of our lives. I told him that over and over and over again. I don't know how many times I told him that.
You know the monster this guy is. You know the monster David Love is. And for some reason, I think you're still trying to protect him.
I am not protecting him. I did not know that he would go through with this. And that is true. I did not think he could do something like this. I never told him to take Randy out of my life. Never.
But you told him if God wanted him out of your life, he would do it.
That's right. In his timing.
In his timing?
In God's timing.
And in your mind and in his mind, it's okay to do it now.
It wasn't in my mind ever.
It was in David's mind.
Well, it wasn't in my mind. And I told him that time and time again. I am telling you everything.
There's more.
Like what? Please.
Teresa, you're talking very general. You're not talking specific.
Pacific what? I don't know any Pacifics. I know no Pacifics. I don't know what was in his head. I don't know what he had planned. He never told me anything.
You want him to go away for the rest of his life, for taking your husband's life, for taking Randy's life. And you said that he told you he was going to use a gun to put a bullet in Randy's head. And you just said that he went into your house and got that gun out of there. That's what you just said.
Well, that's the only thing I can figure. Because I, from the bottom of my heart, the truth, I never, ever handed him any kind of weapon whatsoever.
8 months after Randy's death, Teresa finally came clean and contacted authorities with a full confession. She admitted to giving David access to Randy's gun and conspiring with him to murder her husband. David was arrested for first-degree murder. He took a plea deal that reduced the charge to second-degree murder and was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole in 2036. In April 2012, Teresa pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit murder. During sentencing, her children pleaded with the judge for leniency. The court considered her clean record and cooperation with investigators. She received 8 years in prison, the maximum sentence allowed under the law for her charge.